Youngtown here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review, and today we are going to be looking at another small vehicle. October, as you know, if you've been following me, is the month that I review the strange and unusual vehicles or action figures, and today this one is kind of interesting. It's unusual. It is the 1985 Armadillo mini tank. It was released in 85, is on the shelves through 86, and was discontinued in 87. And there were probably still some on the shelves in 87. It was discontinued, meaning Hasbro was no longer producing them, but it doesn't mean they weren't out for sale at that time. It did make its first comic book appearance in issue number 37. Let me go ahead and pull that issue up for you. I also pulled up a picture of the box for you too. The comic book was a really good one, as if they ever printed a bad one. But the picture shows Flint jumping off of the Armadillo, which is being carried underneath the Dragonfly, and he's jumping onto some roller coaster tracks to attack one of the Crimson Twins. Great issue. It's introduced the Armadillo and a few more figures from 1985. As we know, was a very iconic year for the G.I. Joe line. It's known as the Golden Year with a lot of collectors, because it really changed the face of G.I. Joe as we know it. A lot of great action figures were introduced that year, as well as some of the best play sets and vehicles out there. The USS Flag, of all things, the largest play set ever made in toy history, is yet to be rivaled. Mattel tried to jump in, and they created the Eternia play set, which had a motorized track that went around. It was supposed to encircle all the castles, Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull and the Fright Zone, to incorporate them all into this world. But they kind of fell short. From my understanding, is a complicated toy to put together. Very small pieces, and it was quite expensive for its time. Not that the USS Flag wasn't. But we're not here to talk about Mattel or Masters of the Universe. We are here to talk about G.I. Joe. So, getting back onto it, the Armadillo originally retailed for $3.29. Very inexpensive vehicle slash piece of awesomeness for kids of a less affluent family to afford, so they could have a nice little vehicle to play with. For me, it is a little bit odd. It's cool nonetheless, but kind of an odd vehicle. Very practical. I could see how it would work in a real world setting. Trying to get the light to focus here. So I'm pretty sure it would work if it were a real vehicle. It did make several appearances in the Deke animated series. One in particular was when Flint and Lady J met up with some secret agent. They were trying to smuggle or capture a formula. I can't remember the whole cartoon, but they were trapped inside of a cave and there was an armadillo in there, and they used that to escape. So let's go ahead and take a look at this vehicle. All right, so here it is, the Armadillo. I had it displayed with my hit and run. This is from my childhood. He's a little yellowed. If you could see that, it's another figure that yellows. He looks good displayed with the action, or the tank itself. Now the Armadillo is pretty cool for being such a small vehicle. The main part that you'll find missing is the roll bar, but the rest of it stays on there pretty well. The turret here on the front displays 4 guns that do elevate. It does rotate 180 degrees, where it does lock. It's not hindered. Well, I take that back. It would go 360 degrees if it didn't have the roll bar in there, but mine tends to lock up at a certain point. But the turret is really neat. You can see it's very simply put together. On the inside has a stickered control panel. It does lock down with these little tabs, which can break if you're not careful, but that's not a common problem with this guy. Has the roll bar on the back, which pegs into these holes. 2 foot pegs for 2 additional action figures. On the bottom are these non-workable treads or tracks, but they do have these roller wheels. That's a dumbbell wheel. The bottom you could read 1985 Hasbro, Bradley Incorporated. That's when they were still, that was when they bought out Milton Bradley, and Pawtucket, Rhode Island. The tracks, I should say, are made out of that very soft plastic. It says G.I. Joe in the United States. The Canadian version has a Canada flag on it, and a few more identifying stickers. Here on the back has the stickers. It says no step. Stickers here say grab bar. And on the front, it has this non-working winch, but pretty cool nonetheless. A great detail to add to it. This looks like a panel where you could open it up and access the engine. That's non-functioning. Some neat machine detailing, and of course the fuel port. Now the action figure fits in there very nicely, and you cannot see him or her when you put them in there. It rotates, the turret rotates without compromising the figure at all. The figure stays in place. So let me grab an action figure here. The big problem I have is when a Joe is riding on the back, they are fully exposed. And that's what qualifies that as being a weird vehicle. Yeah, it's great that they incorporate that little extra play feature, but I really don't see it as necessary, because they are compromised. But this is a really neat tank. It rolls real nice. It It's low profile, and it really does look like it would function if it were a actual military vehicle. I enjoy this, having this as a part of my collection. It's quite popular, and you will find out in the next segment. So this is a lot of fun. John did have this when we were kids. Loved it. Since it was so free, since it rolled so easily, we used to set up a ramp in his living room and roll his vehicles and jump them off the ramp. The Armadillo was one of them. A lot of fun. It didn't snag on the carpet. Like I said, it's a very inexpensive vehicle for a child to enjoy, and even cheap enough to fleet build with at that time. Before we get into the next segment, I promised that I would have the remainder of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow read on Saturday. I must apologize. Had some unforeseeable problems arise, so I was not able to shoot that video. I do apologize for that sincerely. It was supposed to be a part of Friday Night Frights. It was kind of a rough weekend altogether. It was a year ago on Sunday that my father passed away. So it was kind of a rough day altogether. So anyway, all that being said, let's go ahead and get into my favorite segment, Byron's Gripes. And yes, there is a lot to gripe about. Just keep in mind how tiny this vehicle is. It is really cool, a bit unusual. So some of these prices, I don't know. So when I do say a complete tank, it means it has its roll bar attached to it. $16.99, not bad at all. I paid $18 for that in an auction. To $59. Why? It's common. It's a very common vehicle. And it goes with my saying. I didn't say this in the last couple videos, but just because it says G.I. Joe, it does not make it expensive. Please, people, stop being so greedy. You know, I'm seeing prices come down on some of this stuff, which is nice, but the greed continues. It astounds me. And for those of you just joining, I'm not doing this segment to pick on people. I don't do that. I only quote eBay prices for the mere convenience of it. I'm sure you can find it cheaper on other websites. Especially hit up your local vintage toy stores, antique shops. You have some luck there, especially if you're out in the Midwest and the East Coast. Learning just through experience and talking to that individuals that live in that part of the continental United States have the best luck. So yeah, always go to your local toy stores first. That keeps the money in your community, and it helps out a community member because they are the owner So that, yeah, I'm a big supporter of small business. So, yeah, eBay, quite expensive. The wheels, $1.95. It is a dumbbell wheel, so you know you have the wheel and it has a bar attached between the two. $1.95 for one set. For both sets, it's $10. Bit high, if you ask me. This is not a vehicle you could build on the cheap, I'm sorry to say. The turret with the guns, $5.99 to $19.99 without the two guns attached. Yeah, the two sets of guns attached. $19.99. That is ridiculous. Honestly. Complete with the box. Also has the order brochures, the little pamphlets and stuff in it. $55 to $89. 55 is okay if you're a boxed collector. It's open, of course, but if you like the boxes, yeah, 55 is okay. I would personally wouldn't pay more than 40 for it, but $89 is asking too much. Yeah, I would not pay that at all, but that's just me. The body of the vehicle, $3.99. The roll bar, $4.99. The turret by itself with no guns, $1.95. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, I forgot to mention deal of the day. So the turret would go without the guns, $1.95. That would be up there, deal of the day. Not a commonly missing part, but hey, if you need it, if it broke or whatnot, it's there, $1.95. But the $16.99 for the complete Armadillo, that's deal of the day. Blueprints. Somebody is selling one for $4. Here we go. This just ticks me off to no end. So $4 with $4.06 in shipping. This guy is gouging you on shipping prices. And if you are that individual and you are watching, no offense, my friend, lower your prices a bit, please. It doesn't cost $4.06 to ship a piece of paper, even if it was in a padded envelope, $3.25 at the most to ship that. So come on, guys, stop gouging on shipping prices. And that is local shipping here in the United States. It's not international rates. It'd be a lot more if it were international. It'd be about $12 to $14. And another set of blueprints, $4.99, which is spot on, and he's shipping for free. But this gouging on price on shipping is getting to be ridiculous. I do not know if eBay is aware of this, but please make them aware. If you think you're being gouged on shipping, check your shipping prices before you rate. Give that person a rating on shipping and rate them according, because eBay does pay attention to the rating. Excuse me, allergy season. They do pay attention to that, and that's the only way I think that they will really know is by checking out the person's ratings. And if they start to drop because of high shipping prices, something will happen eventually. A tank with the blueprints, $34.99, still a bit high. Another set of blueprints are selling for $7.99. It's real common. It was a common vehicle, blueprints, you know, $7.99. That's asking much. The tracks, $1.95 to $2.99. I didn't see the guns being advertised for sale at that point of time, or not. Yeah, the tracks on the bottom. I didn't see the guns. These guys right here. I didn't see any of those loose being sold at that today anyway. But this is a fantastic vehicle. I do have fond memories of it from my childhood. Looks great displayed, especially in a diorama. It is small, so you can add a couple or a whole fleet of them into your diorama, depending on how big. I do want to point out here on the back, this is one of the few G.I. Joe vehicles that does not have a tow hook. So that is quite interesting. I think they may have sacrificed the tow hook for the roll bar. But it's a small tank. It's powerful enough to tow something. I do love the fact that when you put the driver in there, you cannot see them. I do not like the fact that you put two on the back. Even if you have them kneeling down, they're still compromised to gunfire. Yeah, they could jump off and run and hide, but nonetheless, it's a great idea. A lot of fun to play with, and I know John and I, we played realistically, so those guys always got whacked out first by a sniper. So, great toy. I highly recommend that you do get it. Can't say enough about it. I really enjoy having it as a part of my collection, and I got lucky enough to win it in an auction, and that was one that a bidding war, literally down to the last seconds. I ended up buying that and the Mud Fighter the same night. So please let me know down in the comments if you had this vehicle, if as a child, or if you do have it now, let me know what your thoughts are on it. Also, you want to become a channel supporter, which you are entitled to a few more perks than a standard subscriber is. You could do it one of three ways. You could leave me a small monetary donation on either my Ko-fi account or through PayPal. Just use my email. All of that will be listed down in the description. Or you can make a donation to the channel. Donation, not necessary. Please don't feel obligated to do that. But it does help. Believe me, it does help out quite a bit. I collect out of the love of the toy line. I collect to share with you guys, and I collect to for giveaways. But anything you guys donate to the channel will not be included in the giveaway. I'll hold on to those things forever. I specifically buy things to give away. So the channel supporters, they will be included in their own giveaway. Their prize will be a little bit better than a subscriber. All subscribers are entitled to a giveaway. When I do hold those, I'll draw a name for the subscribers. And I do give away great prizes, guys. I'm not saying that to bribe you. I'm saying it's my way of thanking you guys for finding my content worthy enough of your subscription. And that is quite humbling when I see new subscribers that you like my content enough to do that. I do greatly appreciate it. I especially appreciate the channel supporters who have helped out. A few of those supporters made some donations to my mother last year for my dad's funeral, and she was talking about that on Saturday. How she thought that was neat that you guys pulled together and helped out, and I do especially appreciate it. Dad was a good guy. Um, my hero, a Green Beret during the Vietnam conflict. One of the first Green Berets, actually. So that's pretty special to me. Oh, so what else? Oh, I had a few new subscribers, so thank you very much for subscribing. You know who you are. I really appreciate you for doing that. Uh, I I love seeing new subscribers pop up. So I was saying when I reach 500 subscribers, I will be holding a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. This channel is progressing, and I do appreciate that, all your support in that manner, and especially for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And that's it. Stay tuned this Friday for Friday Night Frights. I will finish reading Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I'll do that in a separate video. That was my father's favorite book, so I've dedicated that to him. Anyway, guys, have a fabulous day. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Be kind to everyone. Especially be kind to animals. They know nothing but love and unconditional friendship and companionship. So give your dog, cat, snake, whatever, a big hug and a kiss. I don't know if I want to kiss a snake, but it's your pet. You love it. Show it all the love you want. Especially give them a few extra treats. Just let them know you care. All right, guys. Talk to you later. See you Friday for Friday Night Frights. And see you next week for another awesome G.I. Joe toy review. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Say bye to the Armadillo. Love this thing. This is Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off. Bye-bye.